Hello and welcome to Let's Review. Communism has almost nothing to do with this game. Yeah, I was kind of surprised as well, given that it's made by a company called Soviet Games, but regardless, Everlasting Summer falls into the category of games that I was requested to cover. And as per usual, I went in as blind as possible, so I had very little idea what to expect. And what did I find? Well, to answer that, we start as we always do, with the gameplay. Once again, we are in pure visual novel territory, and as a result, the gameplay is rather limited. The only thing that even closely resembles traditional gameplay is a card game. But since that only turns up once, and you can choose to skip it on repeat playthroughs, I'm not going to bother showing it to you. However, as with all previous cases, this is not necessarily a problem in of itself, as I firmly believe that a game with a strong enough story can stand up even without traditional gameplay. So then the question obviously becomes, how's the story of Everlasting Summer? Well, the story of Everlasting Summer begins in the middle of winter. Nothing, really? Far too easy. Besides, you did that one on purpose. Spoil sport. The main character of Everlasting Summer is named Semyon, and frankly, he is worryingly similar to me. Regardless, he dozes off one night on a bus trip and awakes to find himself at a Soviet pioneer camp. This is particularly odd because the game is set sort of now-ish, and as a result there haven't been any pioneer camps for more than 20 years. Time travel? In all honesty, I haven't got a clue. Here's the thing, guys. This is one of the most surreal things I have ever played. Bits of it are downright trippy. In fact, frankly, there's only one question I want to ask the developers. What kind of drugs do you guys have in Russia, and where exactly can I get some? Oh yes, promoting drug use. You are aware that there are young people who watch this show? Really? I would hope the younger generation had better taste. Regardless, when Semyon arrives at this camp, he finds that everyone there just assumes that he's another pioneer come to stay for the summer. And as a result, he gets assigned quarters, he gets given a uniform, and he constantly gets stuck with all the terrible jobs that nobody else wants. While there, he meets a whole bunch of other characters who include... Hang on, is this not my job? Well, they're not that cliched, but hey, if you want to have a go, be my guest. Alright then. Well, it is set in Russia, so there must be a blonde bombshell. Well, there is Slavia, I suppose, but I mean, she's not really a... Well, I mean, she's really nice and really friendly and has a habit of dancing half naked in the woods. Yeah, alright, she's a bombshell. And that should teach you to doubt me. Now, who else? There is almost certainly some sort of leader who is a tad tyrannical, but has a heart of gold underneath all that. Yes. A shy bookworm type? Yes. Ooh, a hothead who enjoys messing with others. Probably a redhead, but I wouldn't be willing to bet my reputation on that. She's ginger, yeah. Did you make her Scottish by any chance? I did, yes. Look, are you done? Because there's like 10 more characters and, well, frankly, it would take forever to get you to go through all of them. Very well, I shall let you continue. Why, thank you, it's so nice to have permission. From there, things only get weirder. Semyon discovers that he's somehow got about 10 years younger with no explanation. And that is kind of strange, but in all honesty, everything pales in comparison to the Miku ending. Because, oh sweet God, is the Miku ending terrifying. That thing is going to be haunting my nightmares for a while at least. A very long while. Possibly the rest of my life. Do you want to talk about it? Not even slightly. The name of the game here really is surrealism, and if you're into that kind of thing, you'll probably have an awful lot of fun with Everlasting Summer. With that said though, for whatever reason it just didn't click with me, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's genuinely very well written. Whoever did the translation did a hell of a job converting it from the original Russian. And it does feel very solidly written and very entertaining. And it is a genuinely interesting game that's well worth checking out. But I found myself getting a little bored, and I'm genuinely unsure of why. It's very well written, the characters are very interesting, the mystery is really suspenseful, and you have very little idea what's going on, but for whatever reason it just didn't get its hooks into me. I think it's just one of those situations where I can absolutely see why people like this game, but in all honesty, the story just wasn't for me. The art for this game is an oddly mixed bag. The character sprites are really well drawn. They look really good. There's lots of variations for different moods and different costumes and lots of different characters. And overall, I really like the way that they're all drawn. Similarly, the backgrounds are really good. A lot of them have this kind of slightly surreal painted look to them, and I really like that. I think it really works. The event CGs, however, are less good. I don't know if it was different artists or just the artist was particularly good at character portraits and less good at CGs, but whatever it was, the CGs aren't by any means bad. They're just not up to the standard of the rest of the art. Though, to be fair, there are an awful lot of them, which does allow for a lot of variation in the events that can happen. Overall, as I said, the art is very much of a mixed bag. What's good is very good, but it does have some weaker aspects that are merely okay. The music for this game is quite nice. It's not exactly an OST that I'm champing at the bit to get my hands on, but overall, it's pretty enjoyable and it does a decent job of setting the mood. The sound effects likewise are pretty standard, but they achieve what they set out to do. At the end of the day, the audio for this game is solid, but nothing really special. So, did I enjoy Everlasting Summer? Yes and no. Should you buy it? Well, it's free, so frankly I think you should probably check it out, for the simple reason that it may well click with you in a way that it didn't with me. It's one of those games that I think everyone should experience it at least once, if only to give themselves some nightmare fuel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I want to go see a shrink to talk about that Miku ending. Ugh. I'll see you later. Oh, Richard, one thing. You're pointing a gun at me. Yes, I am. Any particular reason why? Well, you held a sword to my throat a few weeks back. Frankly, I just wanted to even things up. Oh, fair enough. We good then? Yes, I believe I am satisfied. Spiffing. Lunch? Love to.